All right. Hello and welcome. My name is Shauna. I'm just seeing where my volume's at here. My name is Shauna, and this is our Fit Essentials Basics class. If you're wearing the B3 bands today, we've already added air. So if you're on the recording, make sure you press pause and do that. If you don't have the bands, don't you worry at all about that. You're always welcome to contact me if you want information about it. Otherwise, just focus on moving your body, trying to enjoy moving your body, and we'll go from there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and come to seated to get started for our session today. On the second series that we do, we're going to want to have a band if you have it. Again, if you don't have the equipment, you can just move your body as if you do. You could have different styles of bands. This is a little bit wider, or you could also have more of this like tubing type of band. Either style will work. With that said, let's go ahead and come on to seated and we'll get started. So coming to seated, sit on the edge of your chair, and I want you to focus to be right up on your sit bones. You can even move a little bit of your flesh up and out of the way, so you hold a really nice posture for your low back. From here, we're going to do our seated cat-cow. So bring your hands to the bottom of the thighs, just over top of your kneecaps. As you breathe in, you're going to draw your stomach in, pull your shoulders forward as you draw your chin down towards the chest, and then to breathe out. Slide the hands up, draw the elbows behind you, and just look up. If you're indoors, like where the ceiling meets the wall, and that's our rhythm here. As you breathe in, rounding forward. As you breathe out, sit up nice and tall, get a nice soft arch. Try to broaden through your chest. 3 more times, breathing in. See if you can breathe in through the nose, bowing that head down, out through the mouth. Good, twice more. Nice smooth inhalation. And nice gentle exhalation. Fantastic. Last time, breathing in. Chin down to the chest and a nice gentle exhale. Resting from there. Fantastic. From there, go ahead and join me standing. Either push off your legs or reach those arms up and pull yourself up. We're going to set our feet about hip width apart. We're going to move into our tree branch arms next. So you want to start to get some gentle rotation, rotating your body, not forcing anything, just nice and gentle here, keeping your stomach drawn in. And now start to let the elbows bend, and you want to have your hands just gently tap against your torso. So I'm tapping the front of my body and the back of my body. And then I'm looking to time the tap with my exhalation. So as I breathe out, there you go. Fantastic, nice and smooth. We're gonna take about another 20 seconds or so here. Just flowing with it. If you're comfortable to turn the head and neck as well. Good. Welcome, Lord. Just make sure that you mute yourself as you come on. I'm not sure if I set that up to keep everybody muted. Good to have you. Fantastic. And now we're going to go back to the arms away from the body. Again, nice and smooth. And then slowly come to a stop. Very good. From here, we're going to go into a toe touch. You can do this seated if your balance is a little bit off, or from standing. You're going to set the feet just about where they were. Standing up nice and tall, or sit nice and tall to start. Draw the stomach in, hands on the thighs, chin to the chest. And then just gently slide the hands down the legs. Again, either from seated or standing, reaching for the toes. Never trying to force anything. Just seeing where that end range is. Pause at the bottom if you can. And now take a couple nice deep breaths. Looking to expand the back of the body. On that next inhale, start to make your way back up to standing. Or seated. Very good. If you are seated, I do invite you to come back to standing if you can. And we're going to move into a little bit of a side step, and we're going to swing the arms. So stepping the legs together, cross the arms in front of the body. As you step wide, open the arms, turn your palms forward so they're facing straight ahead, looking to squeeze the shoulders back. So open and close. Good. Squeeze those shoulders open, nice and smooth. Just get some movement and some opening through the chest. Very good. Down and open. Excellent. Find that rhythm. Either keep it steady or start to move just a little bit faster. We're going to go 10 more seconds here. And then we're gonna do a little bit of stretching to open up our hip flexors. Good job. Giving us a nice gentle smile as you move here. And 2, 1, go ahead and rest. Excellent. From here, we're gonna start to open up those hip flexors as we sit all day. They get tight. So go ahead and mirror me. Take your left leg, just like a quarter step back, sinking back onto the heel, keeping your feet hip width apart. And now we're gonna start with the arms nice and wide, and then you're gonna cross over the shoulders. Right hand to the left shoulder, left hand to the right shoulder. From here, lift up as you breathe in, like you're trying to lift up out of the hips, and then shift that back hip forward. So we're just gonna push the back hip forward, and then gently turn your body towards your right side. Try to flex your hip in the back. So I'm trying to squeeze that glute of that trail leg as I turn my head, looking over your right shoulder, pausing for a couple of breaths. And then gently unwind, relax those arms down. We're gonna stay on this side of the body. And this time, if you're comfortable to reach overhead, raise those arms up to overhead. Shift that hip forward just like we did. And now instead of a rotation, bend your body towards that lead leg. Fantastic. If you can't go overhead, you can still be on those shoulders, but if you can, reach overhead and then come back up. One more time, lifting up, reach high towards the sky, and then a nice gentle side bend. Fantastic. Back to neutral, lower those arms down. We're gonna do the same thing on the second side, walking that back leg in. And now switch. This time your right foot steps back. Taking back onto the heel, arms reach out wide. Go ahead and cross the hands over the opposite shoulder. Shift that back hip forward. And then a gentle rotation, turning that body, looking over your left shoulder this time. Try to flex that glute in the back like you're trying to squeeze that muscle in the back of the hip. One more breath. Gently unwind. Rest the arms down, but keep the legs where they are. On the next inhale, arms come either back to those shoulders or up to overhead. And now we bend towards the front leg. So bending towards your left side. Fantastic. Breathing in, come back to standing. And then once more, nice long spine as you bend over towards that left side. Very good. Back to neutral and rest those arms down. All righty, let's grab a drink. And then we're gonna go through a couple more movements. Keep that hydration going. Whether it's a warm climate where you are or a cooler climate where you are, you always need a little bit extra water. All right, we did a seated cat-cow earlier. Now we're gonna do a version from standing. So drawing that stomach in, feet about hip width apart, and then send your hips back as you hold that nice long spine position. Hands come to the bottom of the knees. As you breathe in, you're gonna tuck your chin in, lift up through your shoulder blades. And then as you breathe out, gently lift the head, looking forward, soft arch in the back. Excellent. Breathing in, chin to the chest, think angry cat back, trying to lift that spine above the shoulder blades. Gentle breath out, drawing those shoulders down the torso, looking up and forward. Good, let's go twice more. Nice deep inhale, see if you can breathe in through the nose, gently out through the mouth, on the arch. Wonderful, final time. Chin to the chest, nice big breath in, and smooth breath out. Wonderful, push through the legs, come back up to the top. Very good. And now we're gonna do one more stretch for the upper body with our tricep stretch. So I like to go one hand on the belly, make sure I don't overarch my spine, raise that one hand straight up towards the ceiling, bend that elbow. And now with the hand on your stomach, reaching around, keep a little bend in your knees and trying not to lose that head forward as you pull the elbow back. Good, nice deep breaths here. You want to gently sway away from the side you're stretching. You can add the side bend into it a little bit, bending away, coming back to neutral. And maybe one more time, make sure you keep that head and neck nice and neutral. Fantastic. All right, release those arms down. Do the same thing on the other side. So start with the hand on the abdomen. Make sure we're not leaning back here. And then the opposite arm, reach straight up in the air, chin in. Go ahead and bend that elbow. And then we'll reach around. Sometimes we kind of lose that head forward. So really focus on that upright posture. Soft bend those knees and then bending away if you choose from the side you're stretching. Wonderful. Breathing in, coming back to neutral once or twice more, that gentle side bend. Up and taking it to the side. Fantastic. All right, release those arms down and then one more stretch for the lower body. If this is a harder one, we're going to look to stretch those quads. So I'm going to balance here on the back of my chair. Working on that balance as you'd like, and we're trying to grab the foot, pulling that heel towards your glute or towards your backside. Fantastic. Sometimes easier said than done, so just be gracious with yourself if you can't get that foot. And the best you can, 5 more seconds. And 2, 1, go ahead and release that side. And then make your way to that second side. If you want to challenge yourself a lot more, you can always work the balance here, grabbing that second foot, pulling that heel towards the back of the body. Wonderful. This can be done lying down as well. So if you can't do it from standing, maybe you could practice in the mornings or in the evenings when you're lying in your bed. You can look to grab your foot. You can also use a towel or like a band to wrap around your foot. Go ahead and release that side. All right. As mentioned, if you do have a band, we're going to be utilizing the band today in session. So if you have one of those, go ahead and grab it. If you don't, just move with me as if you do. Those of you that do have the band, you're going to look to bring it behind the back, and you want it to come right behind your shoulder blades. So make sure it's not high on your shoulders, but right about the middle of your back. And now I'm going to hold my hands at the side, and we're just going to do a chest press. So you're just going to push away from your body, drawing those elbows back and then pushing straight out and away. Excellent. Nice and engaged through that lower body. Push away and then squeeze those elbows behind you in the back position. Wonderful. Push. And it's called a retraction. You retract your shoulders back, help to open the chest, squeeze behind you, and pushing ahead. Excellent. 2 to 3 more. Drawing it back and straight out. Excellent. And this looks to a little bit mimic a push-up from standing. So notice that my elbows are drawing in towards the side and not winging out wide. One more time and resting there. Excellent. If you were using the band, go ahead and bring it in front of the body. And now we're going to work some pull-aparts with the palms up. It's called a supinated position. We're going to have the band, if you're using one, straight up in the air. Go ahead and reach the arms straight in front of your body. And then you're just like trying to pull that band apart, keeping the shoulders down out of the ears. And again, we're trying to open through the chest now. So squeezing those shoulders back. Look to pause in that open position and then pack forward. Very nice. Pull it apart and close it down. Make sure that you don't push your head forward as you pull those arms apart. Instead, think about drawing the chin in. And then as always, while we're working the upper body, try to flex the thighs, squeeze your glutes to engage that lower body. 1 or 2 more. Open, close, last one, and rest. Fantastic. All right. If you were using the band, go ahead and set it down. And now we're going to work that lower body once again. Little bend in the knees. We're going to work some good mornings. Arms start out wide. We're going back to that over the shoulder position, or our I dream a genie position. And then with that soft bend the knees, drawing that stomach in, sending your hips back, raising those elbows up, help keep that nice flat spine, and then squeeze the back of the body. Ensure you stand all the way up at the top. Fantastic. Breathing in as you lower, nice and smooth. Don't go beyond about 90 degrees to the floor, or just until you feel that stretch in the hamstrings. And then when you're ready, come back to standing. Very good. Soft on the knees, making your way back down. Saying hello to the back of the body. You're practicing that bend over position. Very good. 1 or 2 more, just at your own tempo. Bowing down, driving through the legs. Squeeze the backside. Make sure you stand all the way up at the top. And final time, breathing in as we lower. And breathing out as we stand. Fantastic. All right. Grab that drink of water. We're going to do that series twice more. If anybody does want to sub like an elevated push-up when we're doing this chest press here with the band, you're welcome to Find a nice surface that you can do an elevated push-up. Or just stick with the work on the band. All right, once you grab that drink of water, remember we're gonna take the band behind the head to the middle of the back. The shorter your grip on the band, the harder it's gonna be. So you can always shorten the grip if you want a little bit more challenge. Stand tall, chin in, and when you're ready, pushing it straight out. Elbows squeeze back. Good. Breathing out as you drive forward, breathing in as you pull back. Try to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Fantastic. Very good. Take about 10 more seconds here. Fully extend those arms. Remember, elbows draw back at your sides. Push it forward. Squeeze it back. 1 or 2 more. Out and back. Good. Welcome. Just make sure you hit mute as you come on. I'm not sure if I muted everyone. Good. And take a pause there. We're returning to our pull apart. So bring that band behind you. Palms up, bringing your little fingers together. And then when you're ready, we'll start those pull aparts. Forward and back. Make sure you keep the shoulders back. Sometimes we'll roll the shoulders forward as we do it. We don't want to do that. Just a nice broad chest position. Good. Engage the lower body. Open and close. Beautiful. 10 more seconds. Squeeze. Return. Excellent. Maybe one more time. Nice open chest. Strengthen that mid back and resting there. All right. If you were holding that band, we can do a little bit of some deadlifts position, that good morning with the band. Those of you that might want to hold a nice light weight to start to work this position, you can hold some weights in your side. What I'm going to show you is I'm going to stand on the band and I'm going to hold the ends of the band just like I could also hold dumbbells here. So you can also hold a nice light dumbbell, stomach drawn in, and just like we practiced those good mornings, we're going to bow forward. So you'll lose the slack in your band as you bow forward, or lower the dumbbells towards your ankles, and then squeeze the glutes, standing up nice and tall. Very good. Long spine, bowing down, little bend in those knees, and then squeeze the backside as you stand. Nice. And then you can always shorten the grip on the band. So I just wind it up a little bit around my hands if I want a little bit more tension. Yep, or you can grab the band at a closer distance towards your feet. Take about another 10 seconds here. Imagine you're bowing down, getting ready to pick up a laundry basket or grocery bags off the ground, and then standing tall. Fantastic. One more time. Long spine, all the way up, and resting there. Nice work. All right. Set that aside for a moment. We're going to do our behind the back stretch next. You can either reach the hands behind you or maybe keep that band if you need. Interlace the hands as able. We want to look to extend those elbows. Pull the shoulders back. Make sure we don't overarch that spine. And then either stay tall here, or if you want to add that forward fold, similar to that good morning, those deadlifts we practiced, you can send the hips back, pull the chin in as you look down towards the ground. And then I'm just raising those arms straight up and back. Good. Breathing into the back of your body. When you're ready, coming back upright and rest. Very good. All right, let's grab a drink and then we're going to go through that one more time. If you are using the bands, it's time to let out the air and we'll get ready for that final round. I am going to show the deadlift with some weights this time. So either if you have some dumbbells around, or you can continue to use the band or just move your body. But we have the chest press first. And once again, if anybody prefers to practice the push-up or a plank in place of the chest press, that's also an option. But this is a good opener for the chest. So remember, we're going to bring it right behind our back, right about the middle of the back. And then when you're ready, elbows into the sides, and we push straight forward. Draw those elbows back and pushing them out. Good. Squeeze and extend. Breathing in as you draw back. Breathing out as you push forward. Fantastic. Breathing in, breathing out. Good job. 10 more seconds. Remember to keep that lower body engaged. Squeeze the tush, maybe a little flex flex of the thighs, kind of trying to lift the skin up from the knees and resting there. Nice job. Bring the band in front of the body. Last set of pull aparts. Still with the palms up. Soft bend in the elbows, but largely we're extending those arms straight out. Bring the little fingers together to begin. And then when you're ready, stretch that band nice and wide. Good. Bringing it back together and pulling it apart. Ensure that we don't lose the head position forward when we open. So chin in, back, and forward. Very nice. Working those muscles that help us to stand upright. Opening through the chest. Final time. Open and rest. Good job. All right. Deadlifts are next. So as mentioned, I'm going to show it with some dumbbells this time. If you just had one dumbbell, you could hold it right between the legs with both hands. I have a pair of two. So I'm going to hold it on the outer part of my thighs. When I hold it on the outer part of my thighs, I have my feet a little bit closer. When I go between the legs, I walk the feet a little bit wider. Draw that stomach in. Start by standing tall, eyes looking forward. And then when you're ready, soft bend the knees. Bring the weights down right beside your ankles, keeping it nice and close, standing smooth. Good job. Breathing in as you lower, breathing out as you stand. Smooth. Lowering down, chin in. Squeeze the back of the body as you stand tall. So we're going to take another 15 seconds, just practicing at your own tempo. You know your body, or at least you're learning your body. Control on the down, strong on the up. Think about pushing through those legs. Wonderful. Final time. Up and rest. All right. Go ahead and join me seated in the chair. We're going to do a little bit of some stretching here. We're going to do our mid-back rotations. Jean, you might know these from the floor. If you want to do it on all fours, you're welcome to do that. Sitting up nice and tall, we're going to bring the one hand behind the head. Elbow comes towards that opposite thigh. And as you sit tall, gently rotate. Follow that elbow looking behind you. Pausing in that open position. Breathing in as you close your body down. And then breathing out as we pivot the body. Getting some good movement through the mid-back and the neck as well. Really, that whole spine rotates as we move here. Maybe one or two more and we'll switch. Breathe in and breathe out. Excellent. Last time. Very good. When you're ready, same thing on the second side. Hand behind the head. Drawing that stomach in as you bow forward. Sitting nice and tall. Pause as you peer over that shoulder. Good job. Down and up and pivot. 2 to 3 more times. Very good. Final one. Super. Good. Jean, you're welcome to drop back into a child stretch when you're down on the ground. Laura and anyone else that's seated here, we're going to go from a standing from seated like we did earlier with the toe touch, but now from seated, sliding the hands down, reaching for the ankles, bowing that head down and breathe into the back. Good. On that next inhale, start to make your way back up. And then those of you seated in the chair, if you're on the ground, go ahead and come back to standing. We're going to do just a little bit of squatting to help open up the joints a bit more. If squatting is a hard motion for you, follow me where I'm going to use the back of the chair to help get down into that squat. So for the squat, you're going to set the feet about hip width apart, just a nice gentle toe out. And then as I sit my hips back, I'm either going to reach forward or I'm going to hold onto my chair, keeping your feet in contact with the ground. And then knees push wide. I want you to keep your chest up, eyes looking forward. And then use the arms as much as you need, but focus on driving straight down through the legs. We're going to take about 30 seconds here. So when you're ready, if you haven't started already, start to sink the hips back, push those knees wide. Yep. Think about coming down nice and slow and then trying to stand strong. So stand a little bit faster than you lower, controlling down, drive through those legs, pull yourself up. Fantastic. Breathing in, knees push wide. Good. You want to keep those heels grounded and also try to find your big toe. Try to push that big toe into the floor. Super. Final time. Sinking down, knees push wide and all the way up. Fantastic. All right, just want to get a little bit of squatting in. It's always good to open up those hips. And then our last couple of stretches we're going to do from standing. I'm going to demo off the tree. If you have a doorway or a wall, that works great as well. First one, I'm going to place the hands. You can also use the back of your chair. I'm going to push against this tree, walking my feet back, and then lower my head between the arms. Breathing into the back of the body once again. Think about guiding your heart towards the floor without overarching that low back. So keep your belly drawn in. Maybe 1 or 2 more breaths here. And when you're ready, making your way up. Very good. And now next, we're going to use the wall, or I'm going to use this tree. We're going to open up our chest. So I'm going to anchor my forearm right against the tree here. Step that inside leg forward, lean into it to help open that chest, and then turn your body away. Turning the head and neck as well, trying to look over that shoulder that's away from the wall. Try to keep your neck nice and long, and then let's take that outstretched arm. We're going to do 3 circles, breathing in as you reach forward, and then breathing out as you circle that arm back. Twice more. Fantastic. All right, when you're ready, making your way to the opposite side. Again, elbow up about 90 degrees. Anchor it against your wall or door frame. Lean into it, and then pivot away. Turning that head and neck. Just start by focusing on holding this stretch. Good, and then when you're ready, we'll add those arm circles. Again, as you reach forward, breathe in, circling back, gentle breath out. Fantastic. All right, everyone. And then we'll just come together, find a little bit to finish. We're going to bring both hands together in front of the heart, either from seated or standing, reaching up to overhead. Once again, nice deep breath. Try to lift up out of your hips, and then a nice expansion of those arms as you circle them down to the sides. Fantastic. Hands together in front of the heart. Breathing in, try to stretch your body up nice and tall, lift up out of those hips, and then open through the arms. Beautiful. Final time. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Fantastic. Give yourself a little round of applause. Thanks for moving with me here today. Your body thanks you as well. And we'll look forward to moving with you next time.